Hello there, guys. Welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna be showing you how to make the brain of Cthulhu on Scratch, and it's actually pretty simple. I mean, it is cool. Yeah. It's great. It's very hard to beat though. It's difficult. I tried it before like 20 million times, but I didn't really make it. So yeah. Yeah, so you can win, but you can also lose, but I lose most of the time. So yeah, I'm gonna be showing you how to make it. Okay. So first thing you're gonna do is create like a lot of new variables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 variables. 7 variables. You're gonna have to make 7 variables. One is gonna be boss health. One is gonna be your health, aka health. One is gonna be infinity. One is gonna be phase. One is gonna be touching arrows. Is gonna be touching floor, and one of is gonna be Y. So yeah, that is basically a lot we're gonna have to do. And you're gonna have to make the player and the brain of Cthulhu. So those are the first 2 things you need to make. Let's check out the code for the player first. So it's not as much as the brain of Cthulhu needs, but it's still a lot. And you're gonna have to need to make these arrows. You know what? Let's check out the arrows codes first. This is the costume, and then it sets the size to 300, so it's really big. Do you want to see what 100 is? It's tiny, so that's why I had to make it big. You can adjust it. You can even make it like big in the costume editor, but I just wasn't feeling like it that day. And then we do for a forever loop, set ghost effect to 25, so it's a little transparent. You can see through it. You can adjust it to your liking. Then it goes to that position. Then, if it's touching the mouse pointer and the mouse is down, then it broadcasts right. And then it goes to the front layer. So, yeah, it basically makes you move right. And this is only for mobile plays. You can make it like, if arrow key pressed, then that one thingy, then it triggers the walking. But I made it for arrow keys because I'm on a tablet, and yeah, it's kind of dumb to do it on the tablet. I wish to have a laptop or something like that. But yeah. Then we're gonna have that. It's basically the same thing as here, but instead of going to that position, it goes to this position, and it broadcasts left instead of right. So it's basically the same thing. And that is also the same thing, but instead of that, it's going to be if touching floor equals 1, then it broadcasts jump. And it goes to that position, and it broadcasts jump instead of anything else. So yeah, that's basically it for the arrow keys. Then we're going to go to the player. When the green flag is clicked, set rotation style to left-right, so it basically turns like from left to right. If you do like go point towards right, then you just point in the direction of 90, and so you're not upside down, basically. No, if you can look left. Then it goes to the position 0, 0, so it goes into the middle of the screen. Right there. Yeah, right there, see? Then we're gonna go ahead and set the y to 0 so it doesn't just bug out. If the y is negative 100, then it doesn't just glitch into the floor, you know? And then if it's touching the floor, then it sets if the touching floor variable equals 0, then it sets the y to 0. So it's basically, it detects if you're still in the air. And yeah, if you're not really touching the floor yet, then it sets the y to 0, and then it sets touching floor to 1. And you have to put it in this order or else it won't work. And then you'll just fall through the floor, and we don't want that now, do we? So, if you're not touching the floor, then it basically changes the y by negative 1 and sets touching floor to 0. So, yeah, that's basically what it does. It just triggers the touching floor thingy. When you receive jump, then it sets y to 15. And this one is extremely important. So it basically triggers like the falling down and jumping up. So it's basically like it changes the y by y. And yeah. Yeah, that is actually now. So that thing is now just changing the y for up, down. So if you set y to like 500, then he'll just jump up to the edge, and then he'll fall down after like a few seconds. So you can make the jump like 30 or something, but I like it 15, so you don't jump too high, but also not too low. 10 is a little low, too low for my liking. And yeah, then we're gonna create a new custom block right here, and you click on make a block and name it fix overlap. We're gonna have a couple of these, one in the player and one in the brain of Cthulhu. So, fix overlap, repeat until not touching floor, change y by 1, and then it changes the y by negative 1. So what this does is, before I made the player, I was noticing once you jump, then you fall down, but then you glitch into the floor. And yeah, I don't really like that. It looked pretty disgusting. And yeah. So I just made it like that. You touch the floor, but you're not inside of the floor. And basically, if it touches the floor, then it makes the fix overlap thingy. When you receive right, then it points in that direction, in direction 90. There we go. So it points in that direction. And once you receive left, then it points in that direction. See? Like that. And then you move 10 steps. You can adjust the 10 steps to like something what you like. And then we've got, when I receive player hurt, then it plays this sound. Yeah, so the basic hurting sound of the player. Then we're gonna do forever wait random from 0.1 to 1 seconds. If it's touching the brain of Cthulhu, then it changes the pitch effect. Wait, no. No, I did not want it to do change. I wanted it to do set. Oh, that's why it has been kind of messed up. Ah, now I understand. Okay, cool. So, it starts the players, then it sets the pitch effect random to negative 10 to 10. So it basically like makes a random. Just like that. Let's just test it out. Let's just duplicate that. right into here. And yeah, so it basically just damages you. Yeah, that's, and then it changes the player by the health by -3. So yeah, that's basically what it does. It plays the sound, and then you have -3 health. Then we're gonna go ahead and yeah, we can jump over to the creeper. The creeper is not the creeper from Minecraft, it's the creeper from Terraria. Okay, so when the green flag is clicked, we're gonna create a new block that's called summon. So that's basically gonna summon the creeper. And forever, it just picks random from 15 to 30 seconds. First, it just starts summon. So right at the beginning, it just has a few of them. Yeah. Wait a second. Yeah, like that. So it basically does that. And then it waits randomly from 15 to 30 seconds. Then it broadcasts summon again. Then you define summon. It shows, repeats 20 times, and creates a clone of itself. And then it hides. But you have to make it on run without screen refresh. And I didn't mention it here earlier. You have to make that into run without screen refresh too. Okay? Understand? So it just renders everything instantly. And then when it starts as a clone, it goes to Brain of Cthulhu, changes the Y by pick random from -50 to 50, and changes X by the same values. And then forever loop if not distance to Brain of Cthulhu is greater. If not 300 is greater than distance to Brain of Cthulhu, then it points toward Brain of Cthulhu. Then it moves 3 steps and it points towards the player. So yeah, it basically like looks at the brain, then it's like move, and then it looks back at the player, and it just repeats that really fast. So it looks like the creeper is looking at the player while it's gliding towards the actual Brain of Cthulhu. And if the distance to Brain of Cthulhu is less than 300, then it points towards the player and moves pick random from 1 to 5. So it's a little scattered, and it's not like normally. It's just scattered around. Okay. Then we're going to go to the Brain of Cthulhu, or there's still a little more with the creeper. So when I start as a clone forever, if it's touching the player, it changes the health by -1, then it broadcasts play hurt, and then it picks random from 0.6 to 1.2. So it basically just makes the health 1 less, and then it just broadcasts then it just makes plays the sound that we saw here earlier. That. Okay. Then we've got one more final chunk of code. And when it starts as a clone, forever, if it's touching the arrow, broadcast kill arrow, and then it deletes the clone. So what this does is basically it kills the arrow, and then it just removes one of the eyeball that got hit. So yeah. Then we're gonna move on to the Brain of Cthulhu. Then we're gonna do create a new block that's called random pose. And we're going to do the define block, repeat until 300, distance to player is greater than 300. And it goes to a random position. And when the green flag is clicked, it just starts random pose. And it's also on run without screen refresh. Then it sets infinity to infinity. So it's basically infinity. And forever, if boss health is 100, then it starts the sound roar, so it enters phase 2. Then it sets phase 2 to 2, and then it waits infinity seconds, so infinite seconds. It's just gonna wait forever. And yeah. How are we gonna do this now? So, we've got the infinity stuff. Then we're gonna go here. When the green flag is clicked, then it starts the sound roar, and then it forever plays the music. So, yeah, you're gonna have to download these two sounds off the internet. This one, and this one. So it's basically the music of the boss. Yeah. Then we're gonna go ahead and do. When the green flag is clicked, it sets phase to 1. So it's basically phase 1 and not phase 2, just instantaneously right off the bat. Then it sets the rotation style to don't rotate, so it doesn't look strange like this. See, it looks strange, right? So we want it to look like this. And forever, if the phase equals 1, switches the costume to brain 1, brain 2, brain 3, brain 4, brain 4, brain 3, brain 2, brain 1. And that's basically the animation for the brain. See? Like that. So then we're gonna have the same exact thing but for phase 2. So you're also either gonna have to draw all of this or download it off the internet like I did, because yeah, it's ridiculous. And I forgot to make the death thingies. Once you kill it, then that happens. But yeah, I don't really want to make that. I can make that in another episode. Yeah. Then we've got when the green flag is clicked. Forever, it points towards the player, and then it moves 3 steps. So that should be self-explanatory. It just moves towards the player, like that. And it's pretty easy, so, yeah. Then, forever, when the green flag is clicked, forever, if the phase is 1, then it waits random from 2 to 5 seconds, then it broadcasts teleport. And for phase 2, it waits random from 1 to 3 seconds. So it's literally the same thing, but phase 2 has a little less duration. Then we're going to do when it receives teleport, repeat 5 times. Change ghost effect by 20. It goes to the player. Changes the Y by 100. You can modify that or do it like make it do the random value thingy. And then you do what is it called again? Then you change the X by -200 to 200. So it basically picks either there or there. Or there, or there, or there, or there, there, or there. Just see? So it can basically go anywhere. Then it waits 0.5 seconds, repeats 5 times, changes the ghost effect by -20. And I am actually gonna add a hide block right here. And then we're gonna add a show block. So you can't really shoot it while it's invisible. or else that would be kind of overpowered. So that's basically the teleportation thing. And when we're gonna have to make another fix overlap that is also run without screen refresh. So it basically repeats until it's not touching the floor. Change Y by 1. Because it was glitching in the floor like this, it used to glitch in the floor like that, but the floor was like that. So yeah, I did not like that. And then if it's touching the floor, runs fix overlap on a forever loop. So it basically just stays on the surface like that. See? And is there any more? Is there any more stuff we need to do with the Brain of Cthulhu? No, there's no more Brain of Cthulhu stuff. Now we need the floor, the hitbox for the arrows, the arrow itself, and the win-lose screen. So the floor is basically, it goes to like the position 00. You can either take a screenshot, or you can download a floor from the internet, or you can just draw it yourself, because like, who would download a floor off the internet? I just drew it myself, so yeah. I mean, some people do that sometimes, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm not that type of guy. Then we're gonna go here, hitbox arrows. So it's basically gonna when you click the green flag, then it sets the ghost effect to 100, so it's basically invisible, but it still shows, it still exists. So it just not visible to the naked eye. I mean, AI could see that, but we couldn't. So anything that touches that, yeah, then it works. And if it's touching the mouse pointer, set touching arrows to 1. And if it's not touching the mouse pointer, set touching arrows to 0. So that's basically how it detects if you touch the arrow keys. Then we're gonna do, you have to download this off the internet, or you can take a screenshot, or even easier, you can draw it yourself. Then you're gonna do, when the green flag is clicked, then it hides forever, goes to the player. So basically, it just goes to the player forever, just the entire time. The actual arrow itself is just standing there, doing nothing. Meanwhile, the clones are doing all the business. And when the green flag is clicked forever, if the mouse down is, if the mouse is down and the touching arrows is 0, then you create a clone of yourself, hide, and then it waits 0.15 seconds. So what this does, it basically shows for a split second, creates a clone, and then it hides, and then it would just wait like less than 1 second. And then we're gonna do, when it receives the kill arrow thingy, then it just deletes the clone. You know why? It's because of this one chunk of code. So it basically just get rid of the arrows. Then when it starts as a clone, it points towards the mouse pointer, and then it forever moves 10 steps. When it starts as a clone, forever, if it's touching the edge, then it waits 0.3 seconds, and then 0.03 seconds, and then it deletes the clone. So that's basically it. And then we're gonna do, when it starts as a clone, forever, if it's touching the Brain of Cthulhu, then it sets the pitch effect to from negative 10 to 10. Then it starts the sound hit. So it's basically this. That sound. And then we're gonna do, then it just changes the boss health by -1. You can also adjust it to like -5, but then the arrows would be kind of overpowered, and then it deletes the clone. Then we're gonna do one final thing, which is just the win-lose thing, where you can win or lose. And when the green flag is clicked, it hides. Then it forever goes to 0-0. When it receives win, then it switches to the cost you win. So basically this. You can take a screenshot. You can make a winning screen on your own, or you can download a winning screen off the internet. You can do whatever you want. And then it just shows and it stops everything. So everything's just stopped. And when it receives lose, then it switches the costume to lose. It shows and then it stops everything. So basically this. You can take a screenshot, download a losing screen off the internet, or draw one yourself. And yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You can like and subscribe. You don't really have to. I'm not forcing you to, but you can, and it will make me very happy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah. I will see you in the next vid. Maybe it'll be next week. Nah. It's not gonna be next week. But I can't wait to show you even more. And I will see you in the next one. Peace out.